I'm Sindy Wilson, and I broke my family's generational curse. And I'm going to tell you how. A generational curse is a set of behaviors passed from one generation to the next that ultimately keeps your family from progressing. For me and my family, our generational curse was trauma. I'll explain. When I was young, my mother died. When my mother was 6, her father died. When my grandmother was a child, her father died. And before that, my family were sharecroppers on a plantation. See, when you have this much grief that permeates your family, what happens is, by the time you get to my mother's generation, there were 5 of them. Each one of them suffered with mental health issues, drug addiction, incarceration, poverty, and every single one of them, all 5, died young, including my brother. But look at me. I'm here. I've experienced outsized success. I'm a homeowner. I finished college. I'm an investor. I've climbed the corporate ladder all the way to the top. I'm a senior finance executive, and I was the CFO of Kickstarter. I was the VP of finance at Lyft, and I led finance for brands like Autotrader and Kelley. See, your past, it doesn't have to be your future. You set that. But it's not like today's hustle culture, grinding and being gritty alone. Really what it is simple steps done consistently. I took 6 steps to change my family's life. The first is acceptance. What my family went through, what I experienced, that's real. But shame and blame, they're anchors. Resiliency is an equation, and here's the equation. Acknowledgement, deep understanding of what happened to you, and then acceptance. It's that healing process that creates resiliency. Step 2. Step 2 is know yourself. I mean, go to a university of you. Because if you're going to change a generation, you need to know your strengths, your weaknesses, your likes, your dislikes, your needs. And as you begin to understand and know yourself, that's how you create love for yourself. And you can't trust yourself to make the right decisions. You can't trust yourself to change if you don't love yourself. So step 3. Step 3 is all about setting your intentions. I'll tell you how my intentions came to me. My favorite holiday is Christmas. Probably like many of you guys. When I was in elementary school, we had an awesome Christmas. I got a red 10-speed, back in the day, the red 10-speed was it. We got an Atari, for all of you that love Galaxy. I'm aging myself. And I remember my brothers and I, we went outside all day, riding our bikes, and then came inside. We played Atari all night long. By the time we were sent to bed, we were exhausted, but I knew exactly what I was doing the next day. I was going to play Atari again. I woke up the next morning, opened my door, walked out knowing exactly what I was going to do. But when I got into the living room, everything was gone. The TV, the Atari, the bike, all my brother's toys, everything, including my mother, who left and I never saw her again. See, I knew then that I wanted to be safe, and I knew then that I wanted security, and that I was going to have to be self-reliant. So step 4, I set a plan. And the plan was simple. I needed to be good, go to school, do my work, make the grades, I can go to college, and then I can make my own path. But I also knew that I had to be good, be a good person. See, my family struggled with the morals and the ethics necessary to be successful in life. I knew I had to avoid drugs and alcohol, but I knew I'd need step 5, which was I was going to have to build a community around me. I took the bus to church. It was just me. No one else came, but I knew if I could get out of the house, I could keep those morals together. I joined every group at school. Young Sophisticates, I played sports, I did all the things. I was in chorus, acting, everything, to make sure that I could get away from the challenges that I was having at home. In step 6, limit your distractions. I remember when I turned 17, and I'd already gotten admissions into college. And I felt like my dreams, I was almost there. But I figured, I'm going to have to figure out how to pay for this college, and I need to call around and see who could help me. So I called my grandmother. And I said, Nana, I got into college. I'm just calling around to see, does anyone have any monies that they can put towards college tuition, books, anything. I would take anything at that time. And my grandmother told me, she said, I don't even know why you're doing this. You could be successful without going to college. I don't know why you're doing this. And I understand looking back where she must have been. Imagine what our family had gone through. And she didn't know the path that I was taking. But I realized then that you have to keep your circle small. That not everyone's going to see the vision that you have and be part of the journey to get you there. But as I stand here today, I am grateful. Yes, I'm also successful, but not because I made the money and got the titles or got the accomplishments. No, it's because I'm safe and I have peace. Last year, my brother died. He was 45. He died of a drug overdose. And I thought it was going to kill me. But I knew he was the last one because I had changed our generation. And I look to you all today. Now you know how to. Thank you.